Welcome in, Iowa Hawkeye fans, to another episode of the Hawkeye Tailgate Report. I am Luke Myers. It's Joey and Stin like usual. It's been a couple games, Michigan and Ohio State, since we last recorded. Fellas, how we doing?
I'm old Greg.
That was terrible.
That was bad.
Yeah, it could have been better.
If you've never
I'm
seen
old Greg.
Yeah, if you've never seen the video, go check it out on YouTube.
Do you love me?
I think you what you should have said there was, do you love me?
Do you love me?
You ever drank Bailey's from a shoe?
This is as close as you can get to Bailey's without your eye being wet.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys are doing well then?
I'm rich.
And you're not sharing that wealth with us?
Yeah, the podcast could use a little love.
Buy you a beer in Florida each year.
Done.
Okay. So, like I said, Michigan and Ohio State, the last two games. We're recording during Nebraska right now, and it's off to a terrible start. But I don't even know where we want to go with this Michigan game. I know Austin was very heated.
Very negative. We got down by 4. Game was over.
To be fair, when we got down by 4 in the second half, that game was over. Coming in before the second half started, I said, I have a feeling that we're going to get boat raced in the second half. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest. I come from the Paul Myers school of watching Iowa, which is as soon as the slightest bad thing happens, you get irrationally angry.
Oh, you're the biggest negative Nancy ever when it comes to watching games. So yeah, when you say we're gonna get boat raced in the second half, you're gonna end up being right once in a while.
Yeah, but I agree with Austin that more times than not, when we're playing a really good team, we do get our asses beat in the second half.
You know why? And it's what I've been saying all year long. It's because we're not on those teams' tiers.
Would you say
it's been 100%?
Oh my God, that's two absolutely absurd bounces that we've got on threes.
Would you say Illinois is out of our league?
No, we're on the same tier as Illinois.
Okay, so basically you're saying Michigan and then
Gonzaga,
everybody else.
Michigan, Baylor, Gonzaga.
Oh, I thought you were just talking Big Ten teams.
So the 3 teams that have proven themselves to be by far and away the best teams in college basketball. Yes.
Although Baylor, they sucked against Iowa State and had an all right second half to save that. And then they lost. And then they had a bad first half against West Virginia. Well, not a bad first half. West Virginia just played
really
very well.
Game.
Yeah, and they
still think
somehow snuck that out.
Dime. I still think they'd take us to the woodshed.
Got beat by Kansas.
Kansas is a blue blood.
They are. I saw a tweet yesterday that said, has anybody done a better job than Scott Drew has at Baylor? Did you know all that shit that had happened?
Wasn't Baylor in big trouble for a bunch of sexual assault stuff?
Well, it was
worse. It was way worse. So back in 2002, 2003, one of their players shot and killed another player.
On purpose?
What?
Yeah, straight up. And then there was a bunch of sanctions that came down. And then Scott Drew got hired in 2004. I didn't know anything about that.
I didn't know he's been their coach that long.
Yeah, me either.
Not that I pay much attention to Baylor basketball, but other than that, I always take them in the NCAA tournament, and they just disappoint me.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost some bad ones over the years. They lost to, Yale a couple years ago, and then they lost to...
Hey, put some respect on
Did
the
they
Ivy
beat Iowa
League.
State in the NCAA tournament one year?
They wouldn't have put Big 12 against Big 12.
Not in the first round.
Well, yeah, it can happen eventually.
Yeah. But, all right, we got off topic with Michigan. Whatever, that game sucked. I
respect Michigan, though. I like the coach.
Shout out to Nunji.
I only like Juwan Howard. I don't like the rest of Michigan.
I don't mind him. You really hate Franz. I feel like...
Oh,
he's the worst.
Franz is the worst.
He's pretty fucking good, actually.
Shut up.
He is.
He is very good, but the game plan in that game was terrible. Especially on offense, it was get it to Luka and let him go to town on the post against a guy who's 2 inches taller than him. And I don't think it worked. He probably went 2 or 3 of 10 against him in that game. It was terrible.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't remember much about that game. I have short-term memory when it comes to these things. But I do remember us playing really horrible defense, particularly Mr. Wieskamp.
Yeah,
he just didn't show up really at all in that game, did he?
No, that was Wieskamp's disappearing act.
It also took was one podcast for us to talk him up about how this was the version of Wieskamp that we've been waiting for, and then he immediately just laid an absolute egg in one of the biggest games of the season.
Didn't we miss like a million free throws that game too? Not that it would have mattered, but
Iowa it's probably one of those things where you think it's more of like an actual thing than what it really is. Like Iowa fans thinking that we always suck at free throws, but we really suck at free throws like in the last 4 or 5 games.
And
I mean, just to start this game, Wieskamp, who was an 84% free throw shooter last year, missed both of them, and he's only shooting like 68% on the year. For a guy that's hitting almost 50% from 3, there is no excuse to be shooting that poorly from the free throw line.
How do you remember all these percentages off the top of your head? How do you know what Wieskamp shot from free throw line last year?
Because they just talked about it in the game.
Oh.
Guess what we shot from the free throw line?
That game?
Against Michigan.
It was below 50%.
4 of 12.
9 of 11.
No way.
What?
Yeah. What was the game?
Maybe I'm mixing up the games then. Like I said, I have short-term memory on these things. There was a game recently where we were horrible.
Yeah, there was.
I think it might have been Ohio State, even though we killed them. 5 of 9, not good.
Okay. Like I said, it's probably one of those. Jesus, that's a deep one.
J-Bo's back.
Bang.
Bang, bang. Bell. Bell gang.
Like I said, it's probably one of those things where.
Where's the bell?
I don't know.
It's
Okay.
right next to you.
We got
3 bell coming in hot.
That's too many, isn't it?
No, that's our third one.
Oh.
1 CJ.
Holy
2
shit, we already have 14 points?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. It's kind of like just with Iowa in general, or pretty much with any fan base. There's one aspect of the game where you feel like you're not that good at, and then you just trick yourself into thinking it's more of a prevalent.
J-Bo heat check!
Oh, shit.
J-Bo heat check! Love that confidence. What were you saying?
I mean, I said it already. We trick ourselves into thinking that the problem is worse than it actually is, because like that's just something that you get stuck on, kind of like the Fran fade. It's one of those things where it gets talked about a lot, even though it's really not that like.
Before this year, the Fran fade was pretty real.
Ooh. Kansas is down by 14 to UTEP in the second half right now.
What?
And that was a pickup game late, like last week. I saw that and I'm like, why would they ever schedule that? But whatever, good for them.
Lucas gets fouled 3 times in a row on one shot.
Most games you would think we get killed on the offensive glass, right? When we beat Ohio State Sunday, that was...
We rebounded well. Ohio State only had 2 offensive boards that game. We got our shit kicked on the boards against Michigan. I know that for a fact.
We had 5 turnovers. They had 13, Ohio State did. That was like as perfect of a game as we've played.
It's the best game that we've played in the Fran McCaffrey era.
But the defense is still there for us. Like, okay, we gave up 79 to Michigan, but before that, the most points we had given up in like the last 7 games is 68. And credit to the man defense, because my God, even when we're playing good in man defense, Fran runs out the zone. Super frustrating.
I mean, I guess it makes sense to like switch to zone occasionally throughout the game, just because like it's a different look. But early in the year, Fran was switching to zone, and then we'd play like 10-minute stretches in it while we're just getting absolutely cooked. And now he's realized, hey, we're pretty horrible at zone, and we've gotten better at man. So that's clear. That was a clear out. That was bullshit. Like man is where we're gonna have to play defense to like make a run in the tournament.
Good point.
Yeah, even if Iowa does secure a 1 or 2 seed in the NCAA tournament, I still don't feel good about it. And I know it's just the history really rearing its fat, ugly head, but, I mean, do you guys?
Yeah, I think that just part of being an Iowa fan is having low confidence in, like, us actually, like, performing well when it comes to, like, tournament time or, like, bowl games, just like we've just been like taught as Iowa fans to expect the worst. So I don't know. I mean, like I think that this team is definitely capable of making a deep run, but we're also like a team that could lose in the second round, you know, just depending on the defense, because that's really going to be the determination, because in the tournament, all you need is one bad game against a team that's hitting threes and you're bounced.
J-Bo's cooking up one of those games right now that just keeps people coming back for more. Right when you think he's done, he'll just go fucking 6 for 9. Nice.
We're actually getting a FaceTime call right now from one fan of the show, Steve Winter. Should I answer it for a sec? See if he has anything to add?
Yeah, see what he wants.
Steve.
Danny's on here too.
Hey, we're recording a podcast right now. Would you like to drop a few words about the Michigan-Ohio State or this game so far?
Eat shit, Luke. No, I'm good. I just turned it on. I just got home.
Oh, okay. Well, me and Joey will join you guys in a little bit then.
All right, see you, buddy.
See ya. That was Steve Winter. Luxembourg's finest.
Don't have many options.
Yeah. But
Luxembourg, the town that built their concession stand and announcing booth facing away from the ball diamond.
Luxembourg, the baseball diamond that's built 150 feet next to a freaking cemetery.
Cemetery was in play. You had to jump over headstones.
I've seen some balls hitting there before. It was funny watching the kids run around them. But Hawkeyes lead 18-9 over Nebraska right now. J-Bo's looking good. Boys are looking good. But so we got Wisconsin coming up here then. Or do you want to talk about Ohio State?
Well, it was like the best game.
That was just complete domination, basically from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, that's
what she said.
It's the best. It's the best game that Iowa's played in the Fran McCaffrey era. When you think about like the level of the competition, coming off of such a bad loss, the way that we clamped down on defense, and Ohio State in KenPom is like at the time they were like the third or fifth rated adjusted offense in the country. So it's not like they were just like a bunch of schlubs out there. Like they were a very good offensive team, and we came out there and were just hungry. Like it's kind of cliche to say that like Iowa wanted it more, but Iowa kind of wanted that game more.
They needed that game more.
So I'm not walking back my take from last podcast or podcast before that teams were just missing more shots against us, because they were, but they've rolled that over into these next couple games, and they're playing really good defense.
The defense is just better.
It has been. I mean, the man defense is better, and that's because we're not over-helping off ball screens at the top of the key and leaving a three-point shooter wide open, and we're not, like, unnecessarily helping when somebody's pinned down low and they don't really need a set. It just is bad. I don't know.
The one thing I think could end up being our demise is as hot and cold as Nunji's been this year, and how, I'll admit it, cold I've been on him at times. We'll come to like the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, Garza's going to need a blow here and there, and I think when he comes out, we do not have another guy that can guard a big. Like they threw Murray in there to guard Dickinson against Michigan. That was like taking candy from a baby for Dickinson.
My bigger concern with that situation is not like stretches where he needs a break, like not when he has to come out for 2 minutes, before a media timeout to catch his breath. It's what if he gets into foul trouble? That's the bigger concern, because we have absolutely no depth behind him.
That's when Fran's going to have to abandon his foul rule, and leave Luka in there, because in the NCAA tournament, if Luka gets 2 fouls in the first 10 minutes, you can't afford to have him out for 10 minutes. You're just going to have to play him, because you can't afford to get down in a game like that. He's going to have to just let it ride, and if Luka ends up fouling out with 5 minutes left, at that point, hopefully you have the game at least close enough that your guys can contend. I think that's what's going to have to happen.
Yeah, well, if Fran... Yeah, there's no way he'll implement that rule.
You wouldn't think, but...
when it's your possible last game of the season.
Has he ever not done that? No.
Well, for the record, we've really never had the chance for him to prove us that he would do it.
But what about like the game against, what game was it, Gonzaga, where Luka missed a lot of time?
No.
One of the big games, he took him out.
It was more recent than that. But yeah. I don't know. I'm confident that won't happen.
It was Illinois, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. But whatever. But like this tournament, this Big Ten tournament's going to be freaking dumb though. Because okay, Iowa killed Ohio State. Illinois kills Michigan. Michigan kills everybody else.
Can we talk about that game a little bit? I
Don't know how it happened.
Yeah, they were doing that without their best player, and they just kicked the shit out of Michigan at home. That was nuts.
Oh, no look pass. Oh, speaking of Toussaint, actually nobody was speaking of him, but he just had the ball. He played. He made a lot of his minutes against Ohio State. I was impressed with him.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah. He was, like I've always said, there's reckless Joe Toussaint when it's good,
how did that
and
not go
reckless
in?
Toussaint when he's bad. Reckless Toussaint when he's bad is real bad.
Yeah. But I mean, you take that with the good.
Yeah, Fran hadn't even been giving him the opportunity. It feels like the Michigan State game. It felt like we finally realized, oh shit, we have Joe Toussaint. Like he brings a dynamic to the offense that the team otherwise does not have. And then he just disappeared for the next 4 games. And then he played big minutes against Ohio State and was like an absolute force out there.
Oh my God, Keegan Murray is an animal. Sorry to cut you off, Stin.
No, I mean I was basically just saying Joe Toussaint does things for the offense that nobody else can, and it also just his
J-Bo.
defense too. I'm not saying that he needs to be out there all the time, but he should be getting at least 12 minutes a game.
Yeah. And Keegan Murray, his defense is unreal. That block he had against Ohio State that was clearly not a foul, that they called
Fuck
a foul,
you, Bobrovsky.
was
Oh my
insane.
God.
And then
So bad.
this block that he just freaking wrecked that guy from.
That foul
Who
against
played,
Ohio
Nebraska?
State was such shit because the guy, first of all, it was clean, but he also
Yeah,
literally threw his arm out into Keegan in order to draw if anything, it should have been an offensive foul.
Yeah, that was the second worst call I saw this week in basketball. Did you see that one going around Twitter from the women's state tournament?
Yeah, that was bad.
well,
Southeast Polk got screwed.
I mean, it's what kind of refs do you think they got for that?
okay,
It's still Iowa certified refs.
You know what refs I think they have are the ones that refed the games in middle school at Ackwen, where our coach got an assist. Literally got an
That was
assist. The
hilarious.
ball went out of bounds. Coach grabbed it, threw it into a guy in the court. No whistle. Everybody kind of looked around. He goes, "Put it in the hoop." Went down for a layup. Counted.
Same game, I nailed that half quarter to lose by 40.
Seriously though, imagine if you're a fan or a player on that team that lost. It's not like it was a regular season game. It was your last game of the season.
Yeah.
I'm fighting somebody.
She literally took 2 full steps out of bounds. I don't know how you miss
They
it.
kind of choked that at the end anyway. They deserve it, I think.
Choked what? The person stepped out of bounds. It shouldn't have mattered anyway.
I think what was crazier about that sequence
Yeah.
was that the game got tied on a deflection that a pass was supposed to go
Yeah.
through. The defender stuck her arm out. The ball deflected off her arm and went in the freaking hoop to tie the game.
In fairness to the ref, dude, pass it, Joe. In fairness to the ref, I had to watch that video 4 times and then read the comments to see where the missed call was.
Well, see, I gave up right after I saw the tip shot going. I'm like, oh, that has to be what the clip is about. Nope. But all right, got our Iowa high school women's basketball talk out of the way. For the record, Nebraska just hit another shot, but I'm pretty sure they have 3 or 4 air balls in this game so far.
Patty Mac.
All right, but we got this one coming up here, and if we win on Sunday, we secure a double bye for the first time in the Fran McCaffrey era. How are we feeling? Wisconsin is bad since we've played them.
If that bracket that I saw was that yesterday holds up, I love our odds.
Yeah.
Who is it? It's
We either play-
as the 3 seed, we currently have a very
We
favorable
basically
draw.
either play Minnesota or Wisconsin our first game, and then it'd be what? Illinois?
And then it'd be Illinois.
I
Granted that Illinois also wins their game.
I take those chances every day as
I
long as
like-
we're not on the same side as Michigan.
I don't even
we
know-
beat anybody else.
I don't even know how much I like our matchup against Illinois, but I just want to see an Iowa-Illinois game.
yeah,
for
could
the
you
second time
imagine
this
that's
season.
for the Big Ten title?
Well, it won't be
When
What?
did they announce Big Ten Player of the Year, or when did they announce that stuff?
at the end of the regular season.
So
Yeah.
those will they, as in before the Big Ten tournament or after that? Could that factor into the Iowa?
No,
Luka?
it won't.
Okay.
No. And plus, Iowa's missing 3 games down the stretch here. So that...
Is he number 2 for Player of the Year right now? You think?
Oh, Iowa? Yeah.
In the whole country,
Yeah.
there's probably going to be some people that choose somebody from
Isn't there Jared
Gonzaga, so Chris Burter.
Jarrett Butler from Baylor? I think he's up there.
What? That was terrible.
I don't know who else would be.
It's Garza. There's no reason that anybody but him should win it.
No, absolutely none. Especially the way he came out and played against Ohio State right after Iowa was announced to be out for a game or two. That had to have locked it in. Patty Mack layup.
So, listen to this NBA All-Star team. Team LeBron is Giannis, LeBron, Jokic, Curry, Luka, and Dame. That's just the first ones. That is unreal.
Who was the other person that was picking teams? And
KD probably?
Did they have a pulse while they were doing it?
Yeah, I don't see both full rosters right now, but this just got sent to me. Giannis, LeBron, Jokic, Curry, Luka, Dame.
So you don't see Kyrie Irving or James Harden.
KD, so he drafted all of his teammates. What a lame.
Boo.
Wonderful. Yeah. Who else is even left? Oh, Kawhi, probably.
Paul George.
See, I never thought Kawhi was actually that good.
Jimmy Butler, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Devin Booker.
Oh, I love
Chris Paul. All right.
Bradley Beal.
Joel Embiid.
Did Caruso make it?
Shut up.
He was like one of the...
I hate fan vote against across all platforms. I hate it so much.
I like it. It gives the fans a voice. They want to see the players they like.
It's dumb. All right.
Caruso is... How do you not like Caruso, dude?
So what are we...
I don't dislike Caruso. I think I dislike how everybody he's a fine player.
Nobody thinks he's that good. The reason everybody...
It's like the obsession with
because
Brian
he's a white dude that can
Scalabrine.
dunk.
It's like the Brian Scalabrine thing.
Now, the White Mamba was better.
Scalabrine was
Caruso.
cheeks.
Then what's
Caruso is a
Caruso?
way more skilled basketball
He's
player
the black of the
than Brian
butthole if
Scalabrine.
Scalabrine was cheeks.
The Scalabrinius is only renowned because of his ginge complexion and his pale skin.
And the fact that he was a god on the
And,
court.
yeah. You just don't
He was basically
see
Jesus.
that in the NBA except for... Is Blake Griffin a ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's black, so...
Yeah, he's biracial.
Black.
Yep. Okay.
Race war here on HTR.
Do you want to talk about Wisconsin at all?
What about it? They got some good
We all
lakes.
know my thoughts on Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's well
Let's
documented
not
at
do
this
that
point.
again. I mean, we play them Sunday. What time is it? 11?
11:30. I was talking
J-Bo.
to Johnny last night.
I really
J-Bo-
like that for a Sunday tip-off time.
You
that's
do like
good.
that?
I do. I like that.
You need Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, like 3 o'clock on this past Sunday was perfect because you
Sunday
still have time to
night
do something
is
after
the
it.
worst.
But you get all morning and a little bit of the afternoon to be hungover.
But this is
Not that I plan on it this weekend.
this
but.
is J-Bo, Luka, and the legend Austin Ash's last game in Carver.
I didn't know that Luka and Austin Ash have been roommates all these years.
I did not either. You know, you think Luka could have put Austin on his diet or something because that guy is one skinny guy. But
Well, I don't think it's just the diet.
do you guys want to list off your favorite Luka and J-Bo moments?
Ye-
We could just do this for a short while.
It comes when like Luka. I don't think there's like any specific moments. It's just like every game for the past 2 years.
His
How you sit
consistent
there,
dominance.
like I've sat there. So it's like when 2 years ago when Nelly Cruz was hitting all those home runs. Actually, the whole Twins team when they broke the record, I was just sitting there watching the game, like laughing at how many home runs they were hitting. That's how it's been the last 2 years watching Luka. Like you can't help but like chuckle at how how dominating he is over these guys.
Like Iowa athletics, well, we've been lacking in like championships and stuff. We have like so many just absolutely dominating players like throughout all athletics right now. Like we had Megan Gustafson. She absolutely dominated everybody in the women's game. Spencer Lee right now. He's on a different fucking planet. We got Luka Garza.
Bang!
Bang!
3 belt.
Luka Garza dominating everybody. Caitlin Clark is absolutely dominating the women's game again for Iowa right now. Like Kathleen Doyle was Player of the Year last year. It's just like I saw that Iowa men's track and field just won their first Big Ten championship in a long time.
Baseball preseason number 3, right? I think I saw that today.
4 in the Big Ten.
4.
Yeah, just like Iowa athletics are really looking pretty fucking awesome right now.
The men's track coach, won Coach of the Year. And you could even go back like Jake Adams in baseball a couple years ago. T.J. Hawkinson winning the Mackey.
You see Hawk's look?
No.
He has like a crazy new look. I'll try to find it. Keep going.
This is good podcasting here.
Since we're talking about football, sounds like we hired our new offensive line coach, some guy from Tulane.
Hold up. Should we hit the sponsors before we move on here?
Sure.
All right. Well, we don't have any of Wesley Henderson's meat here tonight.
It's a damn shame.
We ate his bacon, though.
Oh, yeah, we did eat his bacon.
It was great.
This past Saturday with Rolling Hills Pork out of Farley, Iowa. Wes Henderson's the guy you want to talk to. He's hooked us up a few times here. And, we were going to record the podcast on Saturday.
Yeah.
But
everybody flaked out besides me for some reason.
Well, I didn't flake. It was,
me and Sting came to record, and
Space Cowboy
and Luke were totally out.
Hey,
So Luke cooked the bacon chewy. Here's just the debate. Luke cooked the bacon chewy, how he and I like it, and Space Cowboy and Austin like it crispy, which is just the stuff of
Nazis.
They also like their steaks well done. And
Okay, no, that's crispy bacon is the best.
no,
Yes, it is. No, it's not. You don't have to burn it for it to be crispy. I'm not taking fucking just blacken it until it crumbles.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, is that CJ?
Yeah.
Oh, he's done for the season.
Oh
Season's
my
over.
gosh.
Turn off the podcast.
Fuck.
He's up. It doesn't seem to be terrible.
Okay,
but
I might have
it doesn't look
overreacted.
good. Pull him. Get him out. He doesn't even need to be here.
No, crispy bacon is better than chewy bacon.
That's just we'll post a poll,
Yeah, we will, but hold on.
but you're gonna lose. I don't know.
It just
No.
looked like he planted harder.
Evan, what are your thoughts on this?
Evan is
No.
disgusted with your take. That's what he said.
He didn't say that.
He was over there shaking his head the whole time you were talking.
Crispy bacon is better.
Anyway,
I'm very concerned right now.
so we're gonna tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, Rolling Hills Pork. My day is always better when I know that I'm getting some of Wesley's meat. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, and it was nice and thick. The bacon was.
Yeah, especially now it's almost grilling season, so you can go out and get some of his meat and fire up your Phoenix grill, provided by Demer Oil out of Dubuque County as well. Our two best sponsors, because there are two only sponsors.
Yeah.
No, but Toby and Whitey Demer with DemerOilInc.com. That's who you're going to want to contact. Winter's almost over, but they can still help you out with many different gases and whatnot to help keep your house warm, or what I don't even know. LP, they do it all. Lube, right on their website it says.
I don't know much about
lube.
Gas and stuff. That's why you have to call them the experts. They'll take care of you.
Yep, DemerOilInc.com. They have Phoenix grills, 3 of their top-selling grills, set up, ready for you to pick up, take home, and
That intrigues me because I fancy myself as a connoisseur of the grill.
And you know what's... When you buy a new grill, the worst part is setting it up.
That is correct.
And
That's why
it's already up.
I've never bought a new grill. Well,
Well, you're broke.
no, I'm not. I'm rich. I said that at the beginning of the podcast.
All right, so that's Wes Henderson with Rolling Hills Pork and Toby and Whitey Demer with DemerOilInc.com.
Okay. We gonna go for an oil joke?
Yeah, might as well drop the weekly oil joke.
Okay. There's a couple good ones to choose from this week, but I think I'm going to go with this one. I just got to pull it back up here.
So much for coming prepared.
No, I have it. I was just... you know what, Joey?
He had one that would have got us sent right to hell if we aired it.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we just hit a 3.
Jesus. Okay.
Austin, Bell.
We're up by 18.
That was too many.
Yeah. Okay. So our weekly oil joke. The little guy was talking to the big guy. Little guy to the big... So we're going little guy, big guy in terms of how this conversation is going, just so we're clear. Okay. Big guy, how'd you get to be so big? Well, every night I rub oil all over my body. Little guy, off to give that a try. 2 weeks later they meet up again. Little guy, big guy, tell me again how you got so big? Well, every night I rub oil all over my body. Huh, it just doesn't seem to be working for me. Well, what kind of oil are you using? Crisco. Well, no wonder. That's shortening.
But
Jesus Christ.
They're jokes about oil, Luke.
How about you come prepared next time?
The source material is not the greatest.
Oh my God!
So this is what Hawk looks like now.
What?
Oh man!
He
It
looks
looks
like
like
a
Ed
hippie.
Sheeran mixed with Ron Weasley. You see it?
I was taken aback.
See a little John Lennon in him.
Oh yeah, a little bit in the eyes.
It's
What the hell?
glasses.
He used to have curly, like
Look at
dirty blonde hair.
Beatles.
I'm literally unrecognizable.
Yeah.
I would never.
It almost looks like he's trying to be like George Kittle
It
with that
looks
look.
like George Kittle. Yeah,
Well, Kittle's also in this interview,
yeah, I know.
but
Oh,
yeah, just something I thought was kind of strange.
all right.
Not that I don't
Living
like
in
it. I
Detroit
like
will do things to you, apparently.
Is there any other sports we need to talk about? Caitlin Clark's balling. Wrestling is this weekend for the Big Ten.
Wrestling what?
Big Ten
Big Ten
Championships.
Championships.
Oh.
Don't you
Coverage
know that,
starting
Joey?
at 10
You
o'clock
think I
on
know that,
Saturday
Luke?
for the first time ever.
Yeah, it was
They're televising like the first rounds, not just the championships.
And baseball starts tomorrow, I believe. March 5th. And so I know we don't know a whole lot. I think they play 44 Big Ten games. What do we say? What are we going? Shot in the dark.
44-0.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Undefeated, never lost.
I'll give a 66% win. What is that? Like 30?
I'll go 65%.
Didn't I just go like 66?
Yes.
This is you really
Price is
cucked
right.
yourself
you lose,
on the
Luke.
prices. No, he did. Because there's small room for error for him.
Like I said, 44-0.
I don't know. I still think
Hellerball is
nobody
the thing.
said Price is Right rules. You both went high, so 65. I got a lot more percentages to cover than you
No,
guys do.
because if it's higher, if it's like 68, I win.
Yeah, you got 68 to 100, and I got 65
No,
to
I got
0.
66 to 100.
You got 68 to 99, 66 to 99.
Yeah, I got 100.
Yeah, Austin's got 1% that he can get.
I've got 100 absolutely on lock.
And you have
No.
1% you can play with.
Oh no, you don't. You don't have 66 to 99 because you'd have to find a number in between. Nobody said Price is Right rules. It was the closest thing. So I got 60. I
It
got
really
60
wasn't ever a closest thing. Luke just said, "How do you think we're gonna do this year?"
I got 65 to 0. You two got to split the difference between 66 and 100. So not a big
Anyway,
math guy, but that.
I
falls
wonder if
somewhere.
there will be any restrictions for that.
I'd imagine that the Big Ten is not going to allow fans at those games either.
I don't know the Major
They're
League Baseball
allowing him
is.
into the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, but like that's being held at Lucas Oil Stadium, like the place that can hold 70,000 people, and they're allowing 8,000 people in.
Yeah,
I-
but this is outside.
Had no idea we were only 4.5 hours from Indianapolis.
Shut the front door.
Swear to God, looked it up today.
That sounds like some fake news on social media
It's between 4.5 and 5 hours. I'm pretty sure
from Indianapolis.
to Iowa City, Iowa.
You guys keep talking while I look it up.
Why? I'm just
Sorry, I was
waiting for
watching
your
a
answer.
replay of Luca Bone in a 3.
Sometimes people like a little quiet. Here, we'll give you 5 seconds of quiet.
ASMR.
Stop. Please stop.
Okay.
You guys don't understand what quiet is.
All right.
It's not a great podcast if you're just sitting here not saying anything.
Yeah, it isn't. I'd rather listen to an audiobook. It says 5 hours and 36 minutes, you liar.
Well, I don't know what kind of route she's
Where
taking.
were you
on.
today?
Oxford. It's 20 minutes from here.
Which way?
I think it's to the
Just
west.
west, I
isn't
think?
it? Yeah, so it's even
It
further
says
from.
if we take the route that goes...
Oh,
Oh,
Hoiberg broke a clipboard.
because we're going...
I would too.
We're considering going to it next week. It's only if Iowa wins. We're going to buy tickets late Friday night and then drive out. But the quickest route looks it goes through Peoria.
I don't know why.
What?
It,
This is some absolutely electric
I
podcasting.
don't know why it's saying so much longer now. It's weird. Maybe there's a big wreck. I bet.
But yeah, we might be heading over to that next week.
Hey, Tony Perkins is in.
That'd be cool.
P-Dog.
But anything else sporting related you want to talk about? Because I feel we're going to put out a few more podcasts. I plan on doing one right after the selection show for sure next Sunday. And then I think we're going to squeeze one in next Tuesday night with a fan of the show. So,
Who could that be?
should we give some hints?
No.
Okay. Nobody would...
Everybody
Alright.
knows. We only mentioned one
I
fan
don't know.
on this
We
show,
have-
pretty much.
I can name 3 people we've mentioned on here that it could be.
Anybody that's a normal listener knows who this is going to be.
All right.
He was like our first and biggest fan.
Yeah, he was. He was the OG. He was on our Twitter page, I think, almost immediately.
What a guy.
Nice guy.
You ready that bell, Stin?
You jinxed it.
Okay, so
Jinxes aren't real.
are we gonna do our thing, our conversation? What we should
Yeah.
title this? What do we want to call it? Weekly conversation. Pretty
I don't
boring
think.
name.
Whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I
But-
don't know.
Would you like to introduce it, Joey?
So it's the best beer, and we're talking about like at a time and place, not a brand of beer. So,
So just-
everybody knows Busch Light's the best one.
well, that's up for debate. I'd take Bud Light, but
Holy shit.
J-Bo from the logo. So actually, I have the Untapped app. I have 2 beers I think that I've given a 5.0 to.
well, that's not what this is.
I know, but just do you want to guess what they are?
One is Busch Light.
One is Busch Light. I don't even remember. Let me see. I
You
know.
can't give a 5.0. You just can't.
Yeah. It ruins
Oh,
the
I've
scale
only given
because
one.
It means that you can never have anything that's better than that.
I've given one 4.75. What was that?
I gave one lowest as possible, and it was the Bud Light lemon tea.
Oh, this. Where is this from? Mahalo Pineapple Radler from Front Street Brewery.
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome. Is Front Street in Davenport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
no,
did
that's
I
awesome.
have that?
They had that at we got that at Mickey's one night, Stin.
Yeah, it was
That
awesome.
Very good. It's probably one of the best beers I've ever had.
Like I said, second highest score I've ever given out. But all right, so yeah, we're gonna. Do you just want to start it, Joey, and just
No.
people will catch on?
Well-
Bang!
We'll have Evan pick a number between 1 and 10, and we'll all guess.
7.
Evan hasn't picked his number yet. Evan, you got your number? Okay, 6.
Is this Price is Right rule?
Whoever's closest.
Whoever's closest.
3.
It was 6.
Damn it.
Okay, so we had a little bit of discussion about this on Twitter the other day.
With
I
John
know a
Leo.
lot of you follow us around on Twitter.
Well, we don't have.
I don't have that many followers,
Yeah,
but
you don't.
So the best beer I think is not even close that you can ever have is the first beer on vacation.
It's a pretty solid beer.
You just get there, you presumably have up to 4 to 7 days of nothing but just drinking or doing whatever you want to do, and you crack that first beer and you're just looking forward to that. So that is easily my favorite beer.
Counterpoint to that. The last beer on vacation.
No.
It's you savor it more.
No.
Oh!
How the hell did that go in? The last beer on vacation
Was that
is
your-
not even in the same stratosphere as the first beer on vacation.
No, that wasn't mine.
Okay, thank God. No, I gotta have a strong disagree there.
Really?
It's
Oh,
not
it's
even.
depressing.
Yeah, the last
but
beer
you
on
savor
vacation.
it more.
No,
Just-
you don't. You're just like you're sad the whole time when you're drinking it.
You're thinking, am I going to slide the car in the ditch
That's what we
on
call
the
it.
way home or
That's
what?
what we call a tier beer.
Yeah, that's a really dislike that take.
It's
Luke.
memorable for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
All right, Stan, you want to go?
yeah, sure.
It's like the Jonas Brothers.
Told me you made dinner plans.
Just like when you had a long day at work and you come home and you crack that first beer and like you just sit down on the couch. That's a good fucking beer.
You're leaving some good options
Wait.
out there.
What was yours?
I haven't.
don't know.
I thought you said one. Okay.
That's just
I agree.
That's
It's
just a
good
beer that I really appreciate.
Or like when you worked hard labor all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That hits.
that was gonna be like you working outside or something. It's really hot. That's
Yeah.
when the beer actually tastes the best too. If it's cold.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Iowa takes a 48-26 lead into the half. I think I'm gonna go with mine. That first tailgate beer of the year. Like I know Austin's mentioned this before on the show, how there's nothing like walking up Melrose with a plastic bag full of
Or Pringles can.
Busch Light.
Pringles, yeah, for all our college age, underage listen,
We don't.
fuck it.
We do condone underage
Officer-
drinking.
Well,
pulls them over.
if you're in college,
Why are you
can-
walking around with 5 Pringle cans?
You can perfectly fit 2 12-ounce cans of beer in a standard size Pringles container. It's genius.
Yeah, and it keeps they're like sort of insulated too. They're perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mine's tailgate
That's
beer.
good. That was good. That's gonna be my next
yeah,
pick.
that is good beer.
I hope my next pick gets around,
This
though.
next pick on a boat.
Damn it! Oh, that was literally... fuck.
Boat beer. That
Yeah.
kind of goes along with my vacation one because when I think of vacation, I think of our Chautauqua trip. So my top two are when we first get there. Usually when we get there, we drink I at least sit around the fire. It's not on. It's not like burning yet because it's during the day. But sit there, drink a beer, and then we go put the boats in, and then you start the boat drinking.
Yeah.
And that
Drinking on a
is
boat
heaven.
is great. Allegedly,
heaven.
it gets you more like drunk faster too. I
Oh,
don't
well,
really
because I
believe
think
that
It's the heat.
the sun and everything
Because it
factors into that.
dehydrates you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, it makes you feel drunker because when you get off the boat, you got the rocky thing going on.
There is the boat
Everything's
beer.
better on a boat, as our friend Chris Cruzy says.
Yeah, if you ever want to come on, Chris.
Yeah, Chris puts on a hell of a show.
Yes, he does.
Seen
Really
him
appreciated
several
the
times.
free concert last year at Gilligan's on the 4th of July.
Electric.
That's honestly, I mean, I was hammered, but it was like one of the top 5 concerts of my life.
We actually got known as the Bush Light guys, or Bush Light group.
You know?
Yeah, that was a pretty shining moment.
Austin cried a little.
I did.
All right, Sid.
Okay, this one's kind of in the vein of Joey's, the first pick, the vacation beer, but it's a little bit different. The, like, way overpriced, like, $13 airport beer that you drink at, like, 7:30 in the morning before your flight to vacation.
Be having a couple of those in a couple of weeks.
That's just like a very specific type of like beer that's just awesome because you know that you're going to get bent over on the price of it, but you're in such a good mood that you're like, I don't care. Like all normal society rules like don't happen in an airport. So like 7:30, yeah, let's go to the bar and get a beer. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's a good one. I'm not a big airport guy. I don't fly much, and I've only flown once since I was 21, or since I have been a drinker, and I'm gonna get to experience that for the first time here in a couple weeks, hopefully. So
It's pretty awesome.
yeah,
I think my next one's gonna be the Darty beer. Like just when you have a full day of drinking planned ahead of you, it's nice outside. You're sitting there with the boys, like we did last week. We were playing beer darts in the backyard, even though there was still 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. We shoveled, we stomped her down, but that is just the perfect feeling.
when you can feel the heat.
You can feel the heat, but
Yeah.
no other worries in the world. Just sitting there enjoying a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. That was on my list. Sort of along those same lines, feeling the heat. The first beer, I guess you drink outside. It's not necessarily even a Darty, but like the first beer, like I'll experience this in the next week or two probably, where I sit on the porch. We do that a lot during the summer. Just go sit on the porch and
where
drink
it's
a beer.
like it's just nice weather, so you're
Yeah.
like, fuck it, let's have a beer
Yeah.
outside.
Like I don't know how many times, not even just drinking beer, but like I'll make my food and go eat on the porch. You know, just going on the porch, sitting out. It's nice evening, having
Honestly,
a beer.
That's kind of what I'm excited for that because my new apartment has a pretty nice deck I like.
West facing too. You get the sunset.
Yeah, you get the beautiful sunset, so that'll be fun.
Okay. This is the beer that I have no idea how it's lasted this long. The shower beer.
Oh yeah,
And that's an Austin classic right there.
It's an everybody class. Especially in the house that me and Joey live in, the shower has a window that you can open.
life changing.
It's
You need to get it.
yeah.
So
I open it every time.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. So the fresh breeze that's rolling in while you're taking a shower, mixed with the cold beer in the hot water, creates a sensation that just doesn't exist anywhere
like
else.
icy
That could simply be called orgasmic.
It's drinking a beer in my shower with the window open is a life-changing experience.
All right.
He's correct.
So I made a list with these last week on Twitter, and I forgot one that I had initially wanted to put on there. The discount beer night at minor league sporting events. So, I don't know if you've ever done it, but when I went to college in the Quad Cities, they had the River Bandits for baseball and the, I don't even know what their hockey team was called in Moline. But they would have, $2 beer night. I mean, that's hard to beat. I was going to say just, a beer at a sporting event in general,
Oh, yeah,
regardless of price.
My next one was going to say baseball game, Major League Baseball game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, any sporting event will hit it. Like a couple years ago when we went to the NCAA tournament, they had silos for $11 a piece. And it sounds like a lot of money, but really you're getting 2.5 beers for $11. There's really nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, that's
It hits.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I've never done it, but
Can't wait to try.
The fact that you're at a ballpark to begin with, it makes it a good beer.
Yep.
So my next one is going to be then, since ballpark was taken, patio beer at like a brewery. So Big Grove sitting out by the fire.
Yeah.
That is Big Grove specifically. I know I'm biased. I'm partial to it, but that setting is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It deserves an award. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet the other day. It was Barstool Iowa put out. They're nominating their bar in Iowa City for, the greatest college bar in America stuff they usually do. And I said, can we nominate Big Grove because it is easily the best?
It's not a
the
college
problem is
bar.
it's not a college bar.
I know
though.
it's not, but I still think a lot of college students go to it.
Yeah, but you don't.
And I know what you're saying.
It's
But
a college bar in Big Grove. Well, both are great. Are two totally separate entities.
yeah, I agree.
Now, if you were saying like best establishment in Iowa City, Big Grove would have my vote.
Big Grove, and it's where else would you even say?
I've only been to El Rey's once, but that place rocks.
You were gonna say Fox.
No, but I don't know. Then you got the classics, Brothers, Summit, R.I.P. Union.
I'm a big Joe's guy.
Joe's is fun.
The rooftop at Joe's is great.
Joe's is like the
actually
last
never
like
been
4
there.
or 5 times I've gone downtown was to Joe's.
Okay.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, so I don't know. Are we? I was just gonna list another beer.
Oh
Okay, yeah, go
no,
for
we
it.
can keep going all night.
Yeah.
We got some halftime yet.
Yeah. So, like the first beer that you have with a group of friends that you haven't like been around in a while, like especially if you have ones that live kind of far away, you get the gang back together. That first beer, that's just kind of like a nostalgia beer, but it's a good one.
Oddly enough, we're about to have that again here in a couple weeks with our trip, meeting old Banky
Yeah.
boy.
Big cack.
Big kick bink.
I don't know what I want to do next.
See, I want to keep this going because I can't think any really right now. But
Well,
I
when you
know
stop,
the
it's
second
gonna-
we stop, I'm
I
gonna
have
think of
I
a
have
really
one.
good
How about like a beer after a big win? You know,
Celebratory beer?
Like when Iowa beat Ohio State in 2017, I wasn't gonna go out that night, but then I drove here and ended up going out that night, and it was just electric.
I was probably already messed up.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Joe's
I was at the game.
game ritual. Were you?
fucking right. I went to that game.
Here's another one. Speaking of that, it's kind of in the same vein as ballpark beer, but a little bit different again. The beer that you sneak into a football game.
Oh, that goes, man.
That brings up a story. So, when we went to the Iowa-Illinois game that we won
classic.
63-0, we snuck in a bunch of beer. I think
A
was
full 12-pack and
12-pack
a
and a bottle of Fireball in my Carhartts.
It was probably midway through the game, maybe like second quarter, third quarter, like that. I hadn't had any of the beer yet, and I went to the bathroom, and I actually had to go. And I get there, and Alex was walking out. He goes, "Hey, Joe, you want to go to the bathroom and shotgun a beer?" I'm like, "Sure." And so we went in the bathroom and shotgunned a beer in the stall. And I guess before that had happened, Alex went there to drink a beer by himself.
No, I started it.
Or Luke did. And Alex ended up going back in there to shotgun 3 beers with Danny, me, and Luke.
Yeah.
Before he went back to his seat.
Classic.
And there was like nobody there, so
You couldn't drink it in the stands.
you could drink it in the stands. And we were like front row. I don't know why we sat in the front, like towards the front.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
there was police there.
Yeah,
The bottle of Fireball was just sitting there.
classic.
We did that last football season in Kinnick, me and Houston and Taylor.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You don't
I
remember?
No, I do. I take beer into literally every single game at Kinnick. It is so easy to do, even for the hot weather games. Like one time, I was wearing just like a shirt and like shorts, just like normal like t-shirt shorts for like one of those games where it's like 75 degrees. I put 2 beers in the back pockets of my shorts and walked right in, and nobody stopped me. It's so easy.
I don't remember if it was Al or Bake, but they're saying that they used to get somebody, put them in a wheelchair, and put a 30 underneath the wheelchair.
Oh my God, that
and
is
wheel 'em into the game.
genius.
I mean, anything flew back then, but
Yeah.
that is hilarious.
Especially if you do if you do it for a colder weather game, you bring somebody in on a wheelchair and then just put it like a blanket over
Yeah.
their lap. Oh my God.
Yeah, Al also said like they used to like tear down the goalposts and like send it up the stands.
They take down
Like,
the
after every game?
goalposts so fast after a game nowadays, like especially if it's one where they think like a field storming could happen.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Do you have another beer, Luke? I thought of one.
Go for it.
Road trip beer. Now I'm not talking driving.
Well,
We don't condone drinking and driving.
not the driver.
Right.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
But we've all done it. And like I'm talking about like Van McCaffrey.
Yeah, fucking lit. Van McCaffrey, best investment we've ever made.
There's no better feeling when somebody else is driving, you're just sitting there gassing beers.
Yeah, that is.
Which, I mean, why is that not legal? Why can't passengers
In
drink?
Missouri, it is.
Yeah, I know, but I
In
don't want to.
Mississippi, the
don't get me
driver
wrong,
can drink
under no
and drive
circumstances,
as long as they're not drunk.
under no circumstances do I want to be compared to Missouri. But that is one rule we should adopt.
Also, why are open containers a law? Fuck that. Why can you not walk down the street with an open beer if you want?
Yeah, that's dumb. Also, I don't really understand. So, like, the legal limit is 0.08, and I'm not
Yes.
trying to like advocate for drunk driving or anything, but so you could blow 0.07 and be fine.
Yes.
But why can't you just like have like a casual beer that you're drinking while driving, as long as you're still below 0.08? Like if I was just going from here to Danny's house and I had a beer, it was my first beer. As long as I'm below 0.08, why
Well, I
does that
think
matter?
That's just like an open container. That's the ticket that you would get.
Yeah, but
for
you would
that.
get you would know
You'd get a
you'd
DUI,
get it,
right?
Yeah,
Not if
I'm
you
pretty
weren't
sure
drunk.
if you.
Driving under the influence, operating while intoxicated is different.
I think you get DUI.
Maybe we should have a lawyer on here sometime.
Yeah,
Hey,
he wouldn't. I don't think he'd know.
what about any other beers?
A holiday beer,
Eh,
like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
4th of July beer, I would agree with. A summer month beer.
Yeah.
The first time that you get a summer shandy, like after the long winter, I especially like that.
They're
beer.
out again.
Yeah, I saw them
We
last
saw them at
weekend.
Walmart last weekend.
But I can't really think of any other prominent beers. Like maybe like right after you finish a wedding, like the mass part, getting
the
on
party
the party
started.
bus. Yeah, right after. That's electric.
The post pickup softball game beer.
The during pickup softball game beer.
The before softball. But you guys got any more?
I mean, really the
Beer.
the very best beer is the next beer.
Yes, the next cold one.
We forgot shitting beer. I don't know if we do that.
Yeah.
I've been known to do that.
Well, yeah, so have I.
The roof beer.
That was a specific to our house my senior year of college. But yeah, the beer on the roof was great.
That just sounds dangerous, honestly.
Another one. It's not dangerous. It's just a beer. Another one that I've already said boat beer, but we do this thing where we sit in the driveway on the boat and drink from time
yeah.
to time.
Nothing like a land
That's
boat.
like the pre-vacation boat beer. You just sit there and
It
fantasize
just-
about vacation
Yeah.
on the
It's
boat.
basically like the month of June.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for that.
Okay, I think this has run its course.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about?
No, not
Mostly
really.
just like fuck Nebraska, I think.
yeah.
And we are right now, right by the pigtails.
Oh yeah. I keep
we-
on forgetting. Them and Rutgers look so much alike. Like the players, the uniforms, everything, and they both
Yeah.
suck in my opinion.
But
So
yeah, so we'll probably record once in the middle of next week and once next Sunday after the selection show, hopefully. Break down the bracket, talk about how Iowa's going to be in the same region as Gonzaga, and that's going to blow. But thanks for listening, everybody, to the Hawkeye Tailgate Report. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show's is HTR_pod. Mine is Myers_Luke. Joey's is Joe Mama 2196, and Austin's is Myers Austin. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Podbean, or Spotify. Let's cheer on here. Luca and J-Bo and Austin Nash this final game. And as always, guys, go Hawks.